Jen here from Comfort and Grace, and yes, of course, Autumn. I am going to show you how to do an IKEA hack today. When I was redoing my master bedroom, one of my problem areas was nightstands because all of the ones that I loved were really, really expensive, and I don't like to spend a lot of money on furniture. That's why Liz and I have this channel where we give, inexpensive ideas. So we're pretty cheap. So anyway, I saw this fluted dresser that I thought would be a really cute nightstand, and so I thought, well, there's got to be a way that I can make that. So I did that for my master bedroom, and I'm going to show you guys how I did it using this old IKEA Rast dresser. I think that's how you say it. And it's R-A-S-T. I will link everything up, but we've had this one sitting around, and I've done a couple of things with it. I added some new hardware, but it needs a makeover, so I'm going to show you exactly how I did the fluted dresser IKEA hack. What I used for this project, this is called pole wrap. Didn't know that there was such a thing, but a lot of times when Liz and I get these ideas in our head, we'll just go take a walk around Home Depot or Lowe's and look for things that might work for our grand ideas that are in our heads. So this is something that I found. I discovered, I guess you can wrap it around poles in your basement if you want to make them look nicer. But the way that I'm going to use it, and again, I'll link all of this up, I'm going to cut this. As you can see, it kind of has that fluted design. And I'm going to cut it into strips that match the size of the dresser drawers here. So I'm going to measure those out and then measure it on here, cut it, and it's going to be a roll, and I'll show you how that works. And then I'm just going to attach it to the front. That's the first step. So this is called a pole wrap. If you didn't know it existed like I didn't, well, now you know. Okay, so I'm back, and I have all of my pieces cut. I used a table saw to cut these, but again, you can use whatever saw, miter saw, table saw, even probably reciprocating saw, anything that will give you a straight edge. I just bent it because it's flexible, and I just usually bend it in half and cut it that way. So I just have to do one cut, and it's pretty thin. So anyway, I have my pieces all cut. They're 7.5 inches long, and then these end up being a little bit longer than the section here than I need them to be. So you need to move. So all you need to do, because it's kind of a paper backing on the back of here, is figure out where on here that you want to cut. So I need to cut just one of the sections off, and I'm just going to do that with a utility knife, because it, like I said, it's very thin on the back, and so you just need to cut through the paper, and it just kind of rips or snaps off. So the next part, I'm going to attach it, and the way that I did this last time was liquid nails, and so I'm just going to attach it with liquid nails and clamp it on so that it can dry. One more thing I should mention, sometimes when you cut this, it does get a little bit splintered, so all you need to do, I had a piece of sandpaper around here somewhere. Where did it go? Oh, right here. Just sand off the edge a little bit. Doesn't take much, but just to kind of get it even on the edge. Another thing I'll mention is this could be used two different ways. It has a really pretty, like, natural wood color to it already, so it could be left wood, and you could paint the rest of it and leave the front section wood, or you could paint the whole thing. I think this time I'm going to paint the whole thing so that it's one color, but you have options there. You could leave it natural wood and it would look really cool too. So, but anyway, just sand off the edges before you adhere it, and then I will show you how I'm going to attach it to the drawer that you can set. Okay, so to attach this, like I said, I've used liquid nails, and that seems to work well. You could probably also use a nail gun to attach it, although you might end up with little holes in there. But I'm just going to show you liquid nails. This stuff works great. You can get it in this kind of tube or in the type that you would use a caulk gun. I've used both. And I'm just going to put Just a generous amount on the back, but not too much that it's going to seep out. And I'm just going to attach it so that it's even, the edges, and then it's flat. You can wipe away any excess that might come out. And I'm just going to use clamps to keep it into place. You could also take the drawers out. I'm just doing it this way so it's easier to show you, but you could take the drawers out and put them flat while you're doing this. So just gonna clamp it down, let it dry, and I'm gonna add the other section on this side and do the same thing. And I'm gonna keep doing that on all 3 sections. So I'm just gonna attach it with liquid nails, let it dry, and then once it's dry, I'm gonna paint it. Okay, so I'm back and I have attached all of the fronts to the dressers. I did want to show you, I mentioned, I think in the previous video that, or in the previous segment, that I usually use liquid nails, but I did get out my Airstrike nail gun, which has the short nails, rod nails in it, and I did try attaching it, and it actually works pretty well. So that's another option. It doesn't really, you can't really see the holes. So that's another option if you have one of these. It'd be a lot quicker of a process than doing the liquid nails, but like I said, either one works great. The top is liquid nails, and these I ended up using the nail gun for. So that gives you some options there. So the fronts are attached, and now, like I said, you could leave the fronts. I think that would look really cool. Probably if I hadn't have already had a painted dresser, and it was just the raw wood like it comes from IKEA, I might have kept the fronts because I think I do like that natural wood look. But since this was already a painted dresser, I think I'm gonna go ahead and paint it and just do it one color and then add hardware to it. But like I said, there's different options. I think the wood looks great as is. If you want to just keep it wood and paint the rest, or keep the rest wood too, or stain it, there's lots of options for this product. So I'm just going to paint it and then add the hardware, and then our IKEA makeover will be complete. So I decided, I just grabbed a sample paint that I had laying around. This is just a creamy white. It's actually called Sherwin-Williams Cream. So I'm just gonna paint this, something I already had, and just go over it like you're painting any other piece of furniture. When you get to the wood part, it just adheres just like any other piece of furniture. No priming is really necessary or anything. The paint adheres pretty well to it. So you might need a couple coats to cover up the wood. But other than that, it's just like painting anything else. So I'm gonna paint this whole dresser, and then I will show you the completed product. Okay, so I'm back, and this is the finished product. I painted it. I think we left off where it adhered the front pieces. I gave it a couple coats of creamy white paint and just added some hardware. This time I decided to do the top ledge hardware, which I think is super cute. But on the other dressers I did for my nightstands, I just used the existing holes that already came in the IKEA dresser and just drilled a hole through this part and added new hardware. So I'll show you a picture of that option as well. But either works great, and you can do this on anything that has front drawers. So you could do it on a bigger dresser. This, I kind of turned into nightstands, but I've seen people do it on file cabinets, dress them up, desk. So it's just a great way to get that fluted look for a lot less money. I think fluted dressers go for, the ones that I've seen, go from like $1,200 to $2,000. So this is a lot cheaper. I think this probably cost, when you add up everything, probably between $50 and $60 for a fluted nightstand, but that's a lot cheaper than any other option I've seen out there. So I hope you enjoyed watching this, and don't forget to like and subscribe.